New York City, which really dealt the brunt of the burden in the spring. Remember those planes, they landed at JFK, they landed at Newark. Those people were going to downstate New York. And the need, the cost, the human sacrifice was nowhere higher. We're dealing with it nationwide now. But New York was ambushed. We were ambushed. We never saw it coming. We had no warning. We had no notice. And we went from one case to literally thousands of cases in a matter of weeks. And I do hold the federal government responsible. New York City, New York State, we don't do international, global pandemic watchdogs. That's not what we do. It's what the federal government does. It's what the CDC does and the NIH does. They track global pandemics. And they missed it on this one. Or they didn't miss it and they didn't tell us about it. But that's the issue that we're facing now. Mayor Bill de Blasio, thank you very much for being with us today. We're all meeting these new CDC protocols. I don't know if I need a piece of plexiglass between me and a Zoom screen yet. That's probably next week's protocol. But good to be with you, and thank you very much for taking the time to be with us today.
Thank you, Governor. Plexiglass does not solve every problem. I just want to say it's like duct tape. It solves a lot of things, but not everything. But Governor, look, I want to join with you emphatically in reminding our colleagues in Washington what really happened here. You are exactly right that we were right. Federal government was not there for us. You know, we found out months and months later that the disease was already spread in New York City in February when we had no testing resources from the federal government. They wouldn't even let us do our own local testing. When we said we were ready, they said, no, 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 no. Think about the lives that were lost because the federal government was missing in action. And Governor, we all experienced it. We were at those hospitals. I went to Elmhurst Hospital. I went to Bellevue Hospital. I talked to the families who lost their loved one. I went to public housings. I heard the pain of New Yorkers who felt this silent killer already. And they wondered how on earth this could have happened in America. But the truth is, our federal government did not warn us, did not prepare us, did not support us. Even when we raised a warning, you did it, I did it, we begged for that testing. Couldn't get it. So is there anyone who wants to debate these facts? I don't think they'll be able to. Is there anyone who wants to contest the fact that this state bore the brunt, that this city was the epicenter of the United States of America? In March and April, we went through the worst of this entire country. And unfortunately, the tens of New Yorkers who are lost forever, they can't be here with us to testify, but we testify in their memories how much pain we went through. So it's as simple as the way you laid it out. I'm going to amplify it. State and local aid is absolutely necessary, or else we are ignoring the pain and the death and the suffering that went on in this city and this state. It is literally an insult to the families who lost their lives if our Congress does not give us the support we deserve. You have to have support for the state government. State of New York's gone through hell. We need a strong state of New York. I can say on behalf of all cities, towns, counties in New York State, we all need directly as well. We will not be able to stay on our feet. We will not be able to provide the services people need. Governor, people need the services more than ever. The vaccination, as you said, but all the other healthcare services, keeping our schools going for our kids, providing safety for our people. Folks need that more than ever. And if we can't provide those services, how on earth are we going to have a recovery? And this is the part that bothers me the most, the people who say they want a strong economy, they want to see America come back. How do you have a recovery if cities and states are collapsing all around you? If you can't provide basic services, if you cut basic services, you cut off the recovery. That is the bottom line here. So I know what we went through. I felt it, I lived it with my fellow New Yorkers. I know we deserve help to recover from a crisis we did not create, and our federal government did not. I know states and cities and towns and counties will do our all if we're just given the opportunity to get back on our feet. I also know this city and this state amongst the strongest engines of the American economy. Let's not leave this out of this discussion. If you want the United States of America to come back, you need New York City to come back. You need New York State to come back. In good times, and those good times for as recently as February, we were leading the nation in a strong economy. Now we've been hit back on our heels. Do you really think the United States of America is going to come back without New York City and New York State returning to our full strength? It's not going to happen. So, Governor, join in cause. I say to our Washington, and we honor our senators, our Congress members, but we need you guys now. We need you more than ever. We need you to tell our story and ensure we get just our fair share. That's all we're asking for, so we can come back strong for the people of the city and the state. Thank you, Governor.
Well said, Mayor. And by the way, Mayor, what you say is exactly right, and there's no disagreement on the facts. We know that the virus was now here in February, right? We found out too late, but scientists will attest to that fact. We know the virus came from Europe. Scientists will attest to that fact. You heard Dr. Redfield of the CDC and Dr. Fauci testify before Congress April, May, that we missed it. We missed that the virus left China, went to Europe, and then came to New York. We missed it. That's what happened to New York City, New York State. They missed it. Okay. It's a quite different conversation about their competence and how much they communicated. But they missed it, and they said they missed it. They created it. And your point about you want to bring back the national economy, you don't bring back the national economy without the New York economy. You're exactly right.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quicktake now for insight in an instant.